long time ago, in a universe far, far away, in whitest day, in blackest night, space, the final destination. One does not simply drive into Mordor. Time and realistic dimension in space. I am Arthur, King of the English. Use great power responsibly. Your nerd quotient can easily be measured by how many of those famous lines you know are incorrect. For most nerds, their rear aperture is now so tight, they're gonna need a portal gun to poop. So, here's the thing. Present-day nerd culture is a money-making marketing bonanza. 6 of the 10 movies with the highest worldwide box office grosses are nerd-bait films. Science fiction, superheroes, dinosaurs, fantasy, and talking cars are huge draws. Tim Burton's 1989 Batman film kicked off a non-stop flood of superhero films. Dungeons & Dragons has gone from a quaint game played around a kitchen table while chugging Mountain Dew and destroying boxes upon boxes of pizza and bags of Doritos with your fellow dweebs, to a worldwide phenomenon enjoyed by sexy people with even sexier wives. Everywhere you look, TV, film, video games, tabletop games, books, music, and even fashion are examples of nerd haute couture. No longer are nerds like this guy. They're more like this.
Oh.
The first documented appearance of the word nerd comes from a 1950 Dr. Seuss book. In If I Ran the Zoo, the narrator Gerald McGrew claims that he would collect a nurgle, a nerd, and a seersucker too, for his imaginary zoo. The commonly understood slang meaning of the word dates to 1951, where Newsweek magazine reported on its popular use as a synonym for drip or square. By the early 1960s, nerd had entered the vernacular and gained popularity throughout the United States. According to uber-successful media mogul nerd Chris Hardwick, a nerd is someone who hones in on a topic to an almost quantum detail, much of the time at the expense of healthy social interaction. Self-proclaimed sci-fi and film nerd Patton Oswalt argues that the internet has made it easier than ever to access random trivia, useless knowledge, and like-minded pop culture consumers. He claims that it has invalidated what it means to be a dedicated fan, because now everyone is a super geek about something. And, alright, I can hear you out there. Actually, Xander Hardwick is married to an heiress, and Oswald is married to an 80s teen film hottie. Therefore, they lack nerd credibility. and therein lies the problem. If we define nerddom as a case where somebody loves something so much that they obsess on every little detail to the point of distraction, then let me introduce you to some nerds. Terry Crews, D&D nerd. Stephen Colbert, officially recognized by the Tolkien estate as the world's biggest Lord of the Rings nerd. Rosario Dawson is a Klingon-speaking Star Trek nerd. Dave Bautista nerds out by collecting vintage metal lunchboxes. Brie Larson is a Legend of Zelda nerd. And Brad Pitt is a huge Lego nerd.
Yeah.
So, the stereotype of the dweeby guy with the slick-backed hair, broken glasses, and no social skills, it's hard to shake out of the public consciousness. The particular image is regularly reinforced by popular media with the likes of films like Revenge of the Nerds, Can't Buy Me Love, or Weird Science. Television nerds range from the annoyingly socially inept characters on Big Bang Theory to barfly know-it-all Cliff Clavin on Cheers, to 90-pound weakling Sam Weir on Freaks and Geeks. While all these depictions are played for laughs, the prejudice attached to this image has a dark side. Nerd shaming has caused societal problems from the incel movement to the Gamergate controversy. Oftentimes, the target of such shaming are women. They're sexually harassed at conventions while cosplaying. They're doxxed for speaking up against the blatant misogyny in the gaming world. They're negged for participating in activities that they love. It's not uncommon for women nerds to be told that they aren't legit and are denied their right to be just as big of a dweeb about Warhammer 40k as any other bearded English dude moving his tiny plastic man-dolly murderers around a big table at a comic shop or tournament. That's right, I'm talking to you. Also, if we accept the definition of nerddom as an encyclopedic knowledge of a specific topic, it's important to discuss the us versus them mentality of sports ball junkies. They like to pretend like their obsession with Team X is a manly endeavor, and is in no way nerdy. And to them, I say thee nay! There is little difference between a person who dresses up on the weekends to attend conventions as a Klingon and knows every little detail of the construction of the Enterprise D, and a guy that is dressed head to toe in sports ball swag and knows every tiny detail about his chosen team and favorite player. Spend all weekend at a convention center trying to find the last tchotchke to complete your Doctor Who Funko Pop collection, and you're labeled as some sort of sad weirdo. But spend all weekend chugging beers and barbecuing wieners from the tailgate of your truck in a parking lot outside a stadium, and you're a completely normal red-blooded man's man, mister. So where does this leave us? Put simply, we're all nerds about something. Everybody has that one thing that they're obsessed with to the point of distraction. There's no difference between a Dallas Cowboys fan naming their newborn son after Tony Romo than a Game of Thrones fan naming their daughter Khaleesi. The world is a pretty divided place right now. People are finding more and more ways to distance themselves ideologically from one another. I propose we all embrace nerddom. We stand up and proudly proclaim our geekiness. We all push up our collective dweeb specs and realize that we are all responsible for annoying someone with our incessant yammering on our favorite subject. Nerds of the world, unite!
Yeah!
We'll be right back.